This is the Great Alaska Hunting Podcast. I'm Dalton Gray.
And I'm Mariah Humphreys.
Broadcasting from our hometown of Fairbanks, Alaska. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show. Welcome back to the Great Alaska Hunting Podcast, everybody. I'm Dalton.
I'm Mo.
Presented proudly by two Americans.
Oh, yeah, I'm proud to be an American today.
Mo and I have been up since the wee hours of the morn exchanging information.
And memes.
Yes, and lots of memes.
Did you see the first one I sent you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Which one was that?
I don't remember it, but I've seen all of them, though.
Okay, all right. It's, we're coming to you, not live, obviously, but so live to us about 12, 14 hours ago, we kidnapped the president of Venezuela. And it's great day to be an American.
Yeah.
If you don't like that, then well, I don't care.
Yeah. There's certainly some people on both sides of the fence, but regardless of your opinion on it, it is an impressive operation.
It is.
Yeah, to someone who's been trash talking our country and our president and, yeah, doing business with the wrong people. So you deal with it. Which one was that? Yeah.
Okay. Yep. All right. That's a good one.
Yep. Cousin Eddie and the boss.
And the boss, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
President Trump dressed as Cousin Eddie, and the boss is, of course, Maduro. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
This is the great content that people come to our podcast to listen to.
It absolutely is.
Yeah. So God bless our troops. God bless America, and start your engines.
God bless the United States military.
In this week's episode, well, I guess before that, we should say, hope everybody had a Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
A very Happy New Year.
Venezuela.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, Nigeria. Sorry, I can't help it.
We're just going to try to offend people in today's episode. Well, we've gotten a handful of questions about some gear things over time, and you and I have not done that much content about gear.
Not in a while, anyway.
We haven't focused on it very much.
We haven't done in-depth on specific pieces.
Exactly. And so we keep getting these requests from people. Well, what do you use for these different applications, or what are your favorite things that you've used? You know, so there are a lot of podcasts out there, and this is by no means an original idea. And if you listen to any number of outdoor podcasts, then you will see, gear of the year type things and our favorite things that we used in this last year. And to be honest, I tend to listen to those episodes from a podcast more than I listen to initial takes. Like somebody gets something, they do a podcast on it and say, I like it because of this, this, and this, but we'll see how it pans out.
Yeah, and
that's just a lot of speculation.
Yeah. Unless if you're specifically researching a specific piece of gear, you'll watch everything you could find on it, and that's when that comes in.
Exactly. But I prefer, when I'm actually looking for information on a product, I prefer listening to the opinion of someone who's actually used the thing and has had it outside, multiple times, used for its application, and I guess tested it would be one of the words we might use for it.
Put it through its paces.
Exactly. And so you and I kind of brought in a few things to the office here today to talk about some stuff that we've used in this last year. Now, it might not all be brand new stuff bought in 2025.
Yeah.
At least it's not for me.
I think everything I have is new to me 2025.
Okay. But for me, it's stuff that I hadn't used in 24.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But used it a bunch in 25, and now I have an opinion on it that we can
just kind of through.
Yeah, just kind of go back and forth. So we'll just kind of work our way through this and spitball back and forth and see where this goes.
Okay.
You want to kick it off?
Sure. All right. I'm going to kick it off with, I think I don't know. I was trying to figure out what my favorite things were because I bought a lot of new gear in 25, and used most of it. But I think really it comes down to what was the most versatile. And obviously a tripod is used for has one primary purpose.
Right.
You put a spotting scope on it. But this one is the AZAC Ridgeline. It does not come with this pan head. And it weighs 20 ounces. I think it goes up to 36 inches tall, and it's just got a ball head with a locking lever and an ARCA attachment on top.
Okay.
So it's ultra lightweight. It's pretty difficult to get a tripod any lighter than that. I think there's the AZAC Backcountry, which with a short extension, it's a little different design. You can get close.
Is that the one that has?
Yeah, it has the kind of piece extension in the middle. Yeah.
Yep.
And so this one, the legs go from the regular setting to here to almost straight out.
Yep.
To where you're like 5 inches off the ground.
Right.
And so that combines with this. So specifically, like I said, a tripod, you're putting your spotting scope on.
Yep.
And a ball head is just not good for a spotting scope.
Yep.
A few guys use them, but a pan head where you actually have precise control left to right and up and down separately is highly useful. And makes and actually being able to pan in glass.
Yeah, exactly.
And so this Tricer LP pan head, it has ARCA cuts into the round base, as well as an adapter for both the sizes of threading that you might have. But because of the ARCA cuts, I can slip it right in here without needing any extra adapters, and boom, there we go. And I think the Tricer pan has like 5.4 ounces.
Yeah.
And so
and that's just a twist lock on the handle.
Twist lock on the handle up and down, and then a separate left-right tightening lever.
Beautiful.
And it's super smooth, very, very strong for its weight. And that's really what it comes down to is the weight.
Right.
Obviously, you've got the Wiser pan head, which is also very nice. I haven't used it yet. And then the new Wiser ball pan tilt Ranger.
Yeah, I think
which I'm very interested and curious about, and I might have to try out. Yeah. But for what I used and put through its paces, this is hard to beat. Yeah. And it comes, like I said, the multi-use thing. So I take the pan head off of here, and I've got an ARCA rail on my rifle. Boom, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
If I want to shoot off a tripod, it does get down super low. Yeah. So if I can't use a bipod, or I'd rather use this,
yeah,
then this is obviously much more stable than a bipod is.
Right. Yeah.
For shooting off of a tripod, which I quite like. And then this obviously being able to throw a phone on it or something. But yeah, it's kind of and then I actually ended up using this tripod in that windstorm in my tent.
Oh, that's right.
I stretched all the legs out completely and opened them up completely. Yeah. And built myself so it was like this. Made a big X and stretched these legs out and put these two on the ground and this one up against one peak of my tent to help survive one of the nights or a couple of the nights.
What an idea.
And it made it quite nice.
Wow.
Well, I say it was better than it could have been. That combined with both of my trekking poles and everything else trying to hold up the inside of that tent.
Right.
But yeah, I think some of my favorite stuff, because it saves weight and money, is something that has more than one purpose.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Very cool. And then you bought one more thing to go with that. Do you want to do that at the same time, or you want to skip back to it? Yeah.
I mean, we can. The spotting scope isn't really anything super special. I do have it with me. I brought it with me more to show off the next item, which goes with the whole thing.
That's right.
Do you want to? We're here.
Yeah.
It all fits together. We may as well.
Yeah, it's all part of the same system.
Yeah. Like I said, I like stuff that works together. So this is just the Vortex. What is it? 13 to 39 by 56. They're
Mini Razor.
The Razor HD. Yeah. It's just got the one big focus knob and then zoom on the top here. This comes with this nice little cover. I think it runs like $1,000.
Yeah.
So it's nothing crazy, but for what you get, I think it's worth the money. Value for the money is probably kind of peak.
Yeah.
Right here. But take that, and so the next item, honestly, this is one of my favorite things because I've kind of hated the idea of the way some of the digiscopes work.
Yeah.
I hate having to change my phone case out, or to not change my phone case out, have to glue an adapter to my phone case.
Right.
Or because also I like the option of using multiple cameras on my phone, being able to use a zoom lens or a regular lens while digiscoping. And so this is made by Epic Mountain Gear, I think something like that, and it's EPOCH.
Oh, okay.
Which means is said you say it's still said like Epic, but it just takes the I don't remember what it's called, but the magnet system that comes in a lot of phones, or you just buy a case that has it in there, snaps right on, and I've got one lens and the other lens, and boom, ready to go. And I can switch to my other lens, change the settings in the phone to pick that lens, and I'm ready to go. And when I'm done, this goes back in my vinyl pouch. Didn't have to change my phone case. It's got the cap that goes on here. They make a cap for your binos and everything else. It's my favorite digiscope option.
Yeah.
Of everything that I've seen.
And so that they just make a different magnetic adapter for different phones.
Yep.
And that's the only.
Just like,
Right.
You use the All-in, so they have a different case for every phone, right?
So I had the All-in. I don't have one for this new phone.
Okay.
I have not used a digiscope adapter in probably about a year now.
Okay.
Yeah. Just because I didn't do any sheep hunting this last fall.
Yep.
I didn't have time for it, and I didn't really need a digiscope for anything else. I mean, it is kind of nice to have for certain things. Would have been nice to have it on that bear
It's
hunt
nice
in
to take some
October.
pictures. Yep.
But it wasn't something that I really needed, and so the other thing is, like you were mentioning, I don't love the idea of the phone case. I don't like that I can't put whatever phone case I want on my phone.
Because the other issue is it blocks your other cameras.
Exactly.
Like the All-in does.
Right. Yeah, I don't think it would. Oh, yeah, it does. It snaps right on there, doesn't it?
Yeah. And so then those little legs sticking down grab, there's a magnet in the phone case as well that adjusts
snaps
for that.
on there hard.
Yeah, it works very well.
Wow.
And that one probably won't line up super well with your phone. It's a different phone. But
right. But still, the idea is there. But yeah, I mean the phone case that you have to use with an All-in or All-in, whatever you want to call it, is just a little bit less than ideal, in my opinion. And I've used an All-in adapter for a couple of years before this, and I think it works well. I have had some issues with not being able to zoom in as far as I want to, and the screen going black because it wants to switch lenses.
Yeah, I mean, you end up with that with just about anything you try.
But even that aside, the case is just kind of obnoxious to me. It sticks out. It's bigger. It doesn't cover the charging port that tends to get a lot of junk in it for me.
Yeah.
So I like to use a phone case that has a charging port snap cover on it, but can't do that with the All-in case.
Oh, right.
It doesn't have that on there. So I have to switch out my phone case during hunting season or whatever, and I just don't like that. It feels like the phone is a little bit less protected. I've gotten junk in there before, and then
plate on it.
Yeah, it's got the plate on there, and then I got it in my pocket, and it always wants to sit crooked, and I just don't love it. And on top of that, when I go to take pictures with dead animals, then you have a low-res single lens camera. So now I have to take off my phone case to be able to use
anything different,
all my lenses on my phone. Like I can't take a widescreen angle shot. I can't do super zoomed in stuff, even just to take a video outside of the spotting scope, because you're only using one camera lens. So I don't love that part of it, but it does work, but I'm kind of leaning towards trying out that system that you have. I think that looks like a much
Yeah, I mean,
more
and when it comes
enticing.
to price, like,
Yeah.
it comes around the same as everything
Sure.
else.
Yeah.
You know, I don't remember what this is obviously the most expensive part, this and then the
Right.
adapter piece, which you can just leave on there and look through.
Right.
Some people complain about it being a little small. It doesn't bother me. If it does bother you, pull it
Yeah.
off.
Right.
And it has the little magnetic cover piece,
Right.
so you can leave that attached to that, so it's always
Yeah.
attached to your scope.
Right.
But yeah, I've been happy with it, and it just takes the whatever that's called. There's a million different names for it, but every company's got their proprietary name. But it's the same thing. The magnetic. It's made for the magnetic charging system,
Right.
But
Right. The wireless charger.
but it fits. So yeah, some of the phones come with it built in, and you don't even need the case.
Right.
But yeah, it's sweet, and it's thin and light, and honestly, I have not counted the ounces with
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Just stick it in your bino harness
Just
when
take it
you're
up
out
on a
there.
harness. Yeah.
Well, the number one thing is actually quite boring for me.
Okay.
Pretty boring, but I love them. These are the First Light leather insulated gloves.
Mm-hmm.
I bought these a year ago just because I like leather gloves,
They look nice.
and I don't
Yeah.
usually wear leather gloves hunting, but I wore these a whole lot this year, even spring bear hunting.
That's right. Yeah.
And then in September, moose hunting.
Mm-hmm.
In October, brown bear hunting. I wore them all on the coast, and they're very well insulated. They're not so insulated that you don't have dexterity with your fingertips. I can still grab stuff. I can still run a rifle. I can still shoot with them. They've worn in nicely. They're very supple. You know, the thumb isn't too much material,
Mm-hmm.
and they've lasted really well. And they're super warm. I have a serious weakness for a good leather glove, but invariably it seems like the fingertips are always kind of the Achilles heel. And
Trying to do stuff.
yeah, you just always have to take them off to get anything done. And I have not found that to be the case.
Have you gotten
with
those wet while using them?
I haven't soaked them through, but I'm also more careful that like when it's pouring rain, I just take them off and put on rubber gloves.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have the Grizzly mitts from First Light. And those are called the Cody glove, right?
Yep.
I have the Grizzly mitts from First Light, and they have the leather palm and thumb, and which I have gotten quite
Oh yeah.
wet.
Yeah.
And it has not.
You were picking
stiffened-
fish up out of the water.
I
with
was,
those. Yeah.
It has not stiffened up on me. I mean, hey, if you're gonna have a wet hand, may as well be a little insulated while you're doing it.
Exactly,
You know,
yeah.
like especially if it's the end of the day.
Yeah.
And you got a good place to dry them out.
Right.
But yeah, I have not. That leather has not gotten hard.
Right.
Has not firmed up.
Yeah.
Which I imagine these are the same.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, if it's a deer skin or a goat skin or a pig skin or whatever.
Yeah, I
it
mean,
is.
they are super comfortable, and when the time comes that I do wear them out, I'm going to buy another set.
Yeah.
They are well worth the money, in my opinion. They're super, super nice balance between insulation and dexterity, and they are shockingly warm. And it's been colder than 40 below for the last, well, what seems like the last couple of weeks here in
About
Fairbanks.
3 weeks approximately.
Yeah, it's been
At
pretty.
least at my house, which for some reason it's colder than everywhere else at my house. But
Yeah, it's been pretty cold here lately, but you know, I take these everywhere I go in the wintertime. You know, in case you got to break down the side of the road and change a flat tire or something like that,
Yeah.
or jumpstart your truck in the morning at 45 below because it's been sitting for 2 days and it didn't run over the weekend and
Yeah, I'm
requires a battery jump.
I'm not doing that. I start it every day.
Yeah.
Just keeps it a little warm,
Yeah, I haven't done that.
a little less cold soak.
Yeah. Cold
Last
stuff.
time, well, it's the colder that engine sits,
Mhm.
it affects everything. The last time I did that was last weekend, Sunday
Yeah.
and Saturday, and it hadn't run all day Saturday, I believe.
Yeah.
If it had, it was not much. And Sunday, I didn't start it till the end of the day, and with the jumper pack at the first try, it barely
Really.
started, and after that, I was like every day.
Yeah.
Every morning, I'm going to start it and let it run for a couple hours.
Yeah.
I have a diesel, which is probably part of the reason.
Yeah. Yeah, this is tough weather for a diesel, especially that one's an 06. Is that
Mhm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Still going strong. I can hear it running out there right now.
Oh yeah. I ain't shutting it off. It's one of the coldest days of the year.
It's the coldest day of the year so far.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, so just an easy pick for me. It's very practical. I used them a lot. I really do like them. Now they have mittens now.
All leather.
Cody mittens. I
Okay.
think they're
Well, I
the
guess
same
if they're
thing.
the Cody, then they probably are.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have a trigger finger in them too. I thought we were
Like the
looking at
Grizzly
that the other
mitts?
day. Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, it was the Cody mitten. I'm pretty sure I saw that on there. But yeah, that's just an easy pick for me because I used them a lot and
Yeah.
I like them. They're super warm. I was impressed with how warm they were when I put them on when it got
Oh,
cold,
yeah, the
like
Cody
especially
mitt.
in October.
It does not have a trigger.
Oh, it doesn't.
No.
Okay,
$120.
still, man, that looks like it might be kind of a good snow machiner type of
Being that
application.
leather, I would.
No,
Probably not. I did run the Grizzly mitts on my sled.
did you?
Yeah, they work pretty good.
Yeah, gloves are one of those things that I'm glad that we have more and more coming out from
But-
outdoor industry companies
Yeah.
lately. You know, Stone Glacier continues to add to their glove lineup. Kuiu has a lot of different gloves.
Mhm.
They've kind of updated several different models of their gloves, it seems like, in the last year or two. Sitka, again, the same thing. You know, they've updated a few things. They've gotten rid of some stuff. I don't think they make the Sitka waterproof gloves that you and I have anymore.
No, they replaced
The
them.
Storm Fronts,
Was that what? No,
or was it something else?
I don't know, but I believe they were basically replaced with the Blizzard.
So the ones that you and I have a Gore-Tex shell
Yeah,
with a removable liner
the
in
Sherpa
there.
liner. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's great.
Yeah.
You know, you can take them out. you
Although
can
that shell
separate it
never
and dry 'em.
lasted, stayed waterproof for that long.
No, but then again, what waterproof breathable glove does?
I know those Grizzly mitts have done well, but they are a mitten,
They've
not a
done
glove.
well. Yeah,
They've done very well.
right. The Stone Glacier mittens that I
Mhm.
have that have like a puffy insert into them.
Mm-hmm.
Those I have not gotten them sopping wet intentionally to try to make them soak through, but I've used them in the rain, I've used them in the snow, and they
Mhm.
haven't gotten wet through there yet. Those have been great too, but it is kind of nice to have some options. But at the end of the day, it is kind of hard to beat just a nice leather glove. It's just, I don't know, just something nice about it. So, do you have another one that you want to add to it?
I had two more things we'll do with this. So this isn't really a hunting specific related, but it fits the
I see where we're going with this.
the use,
The brand.
the brand.
Yep.
So this is from Montana Knife Company, and I bought this shortly after they released it. It's the Great Falls Skinner, and it's not a skinner in the traditional sense of a skinner.
Right.
There's not a lot of animals I'd want to skin with that, any that I could think of for that matter, unless it was taking some scalps or something, I suppose. But
Great. Now we'll get canceled.
if we haven't been canceled yet,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Anyhow, and I bought this for work.
Mhm.
I'm not an electrician or a lineman. This is a linesman's knife designed by Josh Smith of Montana Knife Company, who was a former linesman. But it's MagnaCut steel. It's got like a 5-inch handle on the thing that you can just hang on to. And with that hook blade, obviously it's designed for skinning wire,
Mhm.
right? Especially big wire that a linesman deals with, cleaning the ends off to make connections. And I was intrigued by the design and had recently broken my hunting knife that I'd been using for work for about 3 years. And so I decided it was time to try something new. And so I decided to order this, and I've been more than impressed. It was kind of one of those things like I thought I bought it, and if you know Montana knives, you know they're not cheap.
Mhm.
And I wondered if I would regret the purchase. Is it going to be worth it? And it has been. I've got a couple little nicks up at the tip of the blade. Just tiny nicks. that
Mm-hmm.
from
Yep.
use. I've used it for just about everything you can think of that you would use a knife or a screwdriver for.
Knife or screwdriver.
And
What about chisel?
yeah, wouldn't you use a chisel as a screwdriver? Screwdriver as a chisel?
Screwdriver
or
is a chisel, yes.
chisel as a screwdriver?
Chisel is a screwdriver. I don't think I've done that yet.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, and I mean, I do a lot of working with sheet metal, opening hems on sheet metal with that, and just daily abuse on a blue collar job.
Yeah.
And I have been very, very impressed by it. We were cutting up this old linoleum that somebody had stapled to the floor,
Oh.
and I had taken this knife without really thinking about the staples and went like that along the floor with where all the staples were. And we're talking like 1/4 inch thick staples.
Yeah.
Not 1/4 inch T50s, but 1/4 inch narrow crown heavy duty staples. And it went click, 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 click. And I thought, oh, that probably didn't do much good.
Uh-huh.
It didn't even chip the blade. I mean, those are from, I'm not sure what those are from something, obviously, but at that point, it didn't even chip the blade.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, I add the little edge back to it, but...
Yeah. What kind of sharpener do you use for that?
So I've still been using the guided field sharpener from Worksharp.
Really?
I can't get the best edge on it with that, but it's what's sitting on my desk at home,
Right.
and I'm able to. But it mostly runs because of that curve. It mostly runs the edges,
Right.
which actually I feel like is wearing them out a little bit. But of the diamond, it runs the edges of the diamond, and so you're not getting that full surface, at least not up near the tip.
Yeah.
But I've been able to get it back to.
Have you tried to use like a round file yet?
No. I'm sure that would be better.
Should try that, yeah.
I've been thinking about getting some different sharpeners to try something on this because a traditional flat stone's not really going to work either.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been very happy with this. I also bought another one of their knives, but I haven't used it. So
I forgot you bought that one.
I had an opportunity to use it the other day, and I decided not to
right.
take that opportunity. But
Dude, you should have done it just for that reason.
Man, I wanted to.
45 below, though.
That would have been.
Oh, I know who ended up getting that. It was somebody
yeah?
else that we know.
Oh yeah. Well, good
Yeah,
for
it
them.
got passed on to the next person.
Good for them.
Yep.
It would have been a long night alone.
Yeah.
So long.
Next thing for me is Simms pants waders. These are the G3 guides, I think they're called. These are the Gore-Tex pants.
Okay.
So you've seen me wear Simms wader pants before. I'll get these right over here on your side so you can smell the bear grease on them.
Oh yeah.
You smell the brown bear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Still in there. But it's not nearly as
That's
bad
to
as it
disguise
was.
you as a brown bear, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Some people try to get rid of scent. I welcome it. I used the Simms wading pants made with the Toray fabric several years ago.
Yep.
And I used them all the way up until this spring. And I got a couple of holes in them, a couple of little pinholes up on the inside of one of the thighs. I'm sure you remember you and I were dragging a deer one time, and I gouged one of the neoprene ankle boots with a deer tine. And I was able to patch that, and that patch, ironically, has not gone out. It was just tenacious tape and Gorilla Glue and seam grip, kind of all just hot sandwiched in there together, inside and out. And it still holds. But they're a lot thinner fabric than the Gore-Tex ones are. So my buddy Remy bought the Gore-Tex ones at the same time that I bought the Toray ones a few years ago. Now, his zipper on the Gore-Tex ones blew out.
Okay.
I think a year and a half ago, and he just hasn't sent them back in to get fixed. But I've seen his hanging up in deer camp before, and I've looked at them and kind of compared the two and didn't really understand what the difference was at first. And at the time, they were out of my size in this model, so that's why I bought the Toray ones. And there are a few different design features between the two models, and there is a relatively substantial price difference between them as well. But now that I have the Gore-Tex ones and I've used them for a fall season, I used these the entire time that I was down the coast in October on that brown bear hunt with your dad and our other friend. I spent every day in these pants, and they're awesome. They are fairly ubiquitous in guide camps along the coast. It's usually either going to be lacrosse hip boots or some kind of Simms pants waders.
Okay.
I've seen a handful of guys wear chest waders, but I'm seeing more and more people with just the pants waders because you don't have to take off any layers up top
Right.
to be able to drop trow and take care of some natural business. The design differences, the Gore-Tex ones just have a neoprene pull-down cuff, whereas the Toray ones had a fabric cuff with a little lace hook on the front of them, so you could hook them to your boots. These are a bit nicer, and I feel like these are almost a little bit warmer because there's more neoprene down there. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but it gives that feel.
Seems like it.
The other, probably the biggest difference that I like about these is they do, in fact, have a zipper on the fly. The Toray ones do not.
Oh, okay.
They have like a stitched together folded seam on the crotch, and you undo a snap, and it just kind of folds open,
Yeah.
but there's material there. So you still have to pull your pants down, a substantial amount to be able to take a leak, whether it's over the side of the skiff or just stop it in the woods somewhere. So it's a bit more of a pain in the neck to just answer a
Pain in the
call of
pants.
nature that happens multiple times a day if you're, in fact, hydrated. But the waterproof zipper on these is a big improvement. And I know that's probably not a big deal to a lot of people, or you might not think it is, but you deal with it for a couple of years wearing the same pair of wader pants, and then you see your buddy wearing a pair of wader pants, and he takes a leak and is done in half the time that you are. And then he says, "Oh man, yeah, the fly is so nice on these pants. Don't you love that waterproof zipper? I've waded all the way up to the snap on the belt." And you have to fold them back together and, play this wrestling match to get out of your pants. The last thing that the difference is between them is the pockets. These ones don't have pants pockets on them, which I kind of wish they had pockets. I used to keep like a little waterproof tide book in the pocket of my wader pants, and I can't do that anymore. It just is kind of nice.
You gotta get fanny pack, man.
Yeah, well, I suppose. Nah, I don't know. I don't know if I could do it. But outside of that, the fabric is a lot thicker. The sizing options are a lot more abundant with the Gore-Tex model than the Toray model from what I've seen. And so I was able to actually upsize these just a little bit so that I could fit a bit thicker layers underneath these when it's really cold, because this is just, heavy duty rain gear material is all it is. And these didn't soak through at all. I was careful to the extent that I could be with wearing waders, but you're busting through brush and bushwhacking, cutting firewood, beachcombing, whatever. You're carrying stuff that's sharp, and that there's always the chance that you're going to tick a little hole in your waders at some point, and these held up quite nicely. So it's a year into having them now, and I'm going to use them again here in this upcoming spring brown bear season and see how they roll. But so far, I've been really happy, and I'm totally able to use the same wading boots. I already had a pair of Simms G4 wading boots. I think they're a G4. They're like the nylon lighter model. They're not like a leather heavy boot, but didn't have any issues with the sizing of the sock feet being able to fit in those boots, and so it's been a nice upgrade. That's something that really stood out to me, because I got to the point where my Toray ones were just that they were fragile. They were getting some holes in them, and the fit was not quite right. They were a bit too short. They were a bit too tight. And so if I picked my leg up past about here to like crawl over a piece of deadfall or some down tree or get in or out of a boat, just a little bit snug. And I was always afraid that I was just going to blow out the crotch seam on them at any given moment. So these fit a lot better. I think they're a lot better built, just as far as durability is concerned, and definitely one of my top favorite additions for this last year that I'm looking forward to continuing to use this year.
I'd like to see First Light come out with something like that with pockets.
Yeah, with pockets.
Yeah.
Their chest waders are out now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like
the Forge. Is that what they're calling them?
Yeah, for a pretty penny.
Are they?
Yeah, I'm gonna just look.
So now
real quick here.
Sitka, Kuiu, First Light, they all have waders.
Yeah. Now, First Lights they have a whole system basically, right? Where they've got the waders, they got the wader pants, they've got a wader bag, they have a jacket that's short that attaches to your waders, so it doesn't.
Oh, it attaches to it.
It's got some kind of system, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Kuiu and Sitka have wader specific jackets as well that just don't.
The First Light
I don't know if they attach
wader
to them,
jacket is a 4.5 layer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super duper. But okay, it's $11.50. I mean, sounds like a deal, right?
Yeah, it's pretty stout. Well, I mean, it's no different than the ones from Sitka are
That's
or
what
Kuiu.
I mean.
You know,
That's what I mean compared to.
I think Kuyu's might be a touch cheaper, but I'm not for certain on that.
Yeah, but I mean, they look nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think if they did something like that
Mm-hmm.
with the lacrosse boots and a pants wader.
I don't know if I would want the lacrosse boots and a pants wader.
No?
After wearing those Sims boots for the last several years in waders, I prefer the Sim boots. Yeah.
Interesting.
It just feels like a hiking shoe.
So, wearing those lacrosse Alpha Burleys,
Mm-hmm.
even climbing hills and mountains, I
Yeah.
didn't hardly notice them.
Yeah. Now, if it's going to be really cold, then yes.
Yeah, well, that's kind of where
I would prefer to have.
I feel like something like, because I think their wader is insulated as well a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's primarily a duck hunting deal, so
Sure.
you're going to be sitting around a lot.
Sure.
But all right.
Well, I have one more.
I have one more.
Okay.
It's
Go ahead.
I wasn't even thinking about it until I jumped in my truck, I think. And I keep them in the wintertime just hanging on my dash for the few times.
Does this count as hunting gear equipment?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. That is the primary use for these. I'm not kidding, man.
Really?
Okay. So, yeah. So I had before these, I ended up with a pair of the Leupold sunglasses.
Okay.
That were the nicest pair of sunglasses I'd ever owned. And they were decent, but they were plastic frames,
Mm-hmm.
and they seemed nice, and because they were the nicest ones I'd ever owned, I assumed they were great. They were around like $150, something like that.
Sure.
And I used them for hunting and stuff, but I was always afraid I was going to scratch them.
Mm.
And eventually, I sat on them in my front seat and snapped
Did you really?
snapped the piece off. And so it was after that I was like, okay, I need more sunglasses. And these are some Gators that I'd had my eye on for quite a while. The Spectre, I think they are.
Is Gators the brand?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Very well known among the that book writing community that we all joke about.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyhow, and so I'd had my eye on them for a long time. I was like, I've got good sunglasses. I'm not going to bother. They're aluminum frames that have like a lifetime warranty. Okay.
Wow.
And you can send them in and get the lenses swapped out. But while hunting, especially while like riding a 4-wheeler,
Mm-hmm.
a good pair of sunglasses can make a hike or a ride from being miserable to being enjoyable with the sun. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And I used the crap out of these things this past spring and summer.
You see those?
While hunting.
Yeah, I mean they're
They're
built,
aluminum. Oh
they're
yeah.
built stout.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they were that rigid.
Oh no, they're a nice set of glasses.
Wow.
And I used them in the fall on my sheep hunt. And then, like I said, in the wintertime, they hang from the
How
ceiling
many
of my
ounces
truck.
are these babies?
I don't know. They hang from the ceiling of my truck in the winter for the rare occasion that the sun's in my eyes when I jump on the truck drive to work. But
Yeah, those are well built.
but yeah, those the Gator Spectre. Those are the Jack Carr editions.
There it is.
Oh, I'm not even wearing my hat. There it is.
That'll look great over top
yeah.
of your headset.
He's got a new book coming out, new series started.
Oh,
Yep, comes out in May, just in time for bear baiting season.
something to keep you from falling
But-
asleep.
These were honestly out of everything,
Yeah.
When it came to just being really nice to have, these were my favorite edition, because this is the first really nice pair of sunglasses I've ever owned. And that might be why I like them so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
They definitely are up there in the quality. Like I say, they're aluminum, they're
Yeah.
solid.
Yeah.
I ain't going to break the back of them off if I sit on them in my front seat.
Right.
And you can send them in. They'll replace the lenses for you, probably not for free. And I'm sure they won't have the little scratch signature on there. But,
Sure.
what are you going to do? But yeah, and they're tough.
Yeah.
I've used them for everything. Wore them on my hat at work a lot. And
Yeah. I wonder if they have a prescription lens option.
I think some of them
sure
do.
they
Some of their
probably
options,
do.
some of their glasses do. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's the issue that I fight is
I see.
I have to wear glasses.
Yeah.
And I have a pair of sunglasses that are prescription lenses just from the glasses shop that I go to here in town. But
no, those cut down the glare, but still have crazy good clarity.
nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, the last thing I have.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't buy this year, or I guess now it's last year, 25. Bought it in 24. And it's been sitting here in the corner for quite some time. It is unloaded. But this is the Marlin 4570 Trapper.
The new Ruger made Marlin.
Yeah, Ruger made Marlin, 16-inch barrel. It looks kind of like a dirty old gun that I should probably clean some of the,
Yeah, it's part of the mystique.
I mean, it's not corroding by any means, but it is a little bit dirty.
No.
But yeah, this is the Ruger made Marlin, the Trapper, 16-inch barrel. I think it holds 5 in the tube and 1 in the chamber.
Is it only 5?
Yeah, because it's a shorter.
Okay.
Shorter. I think the
guide.
Yeah, the guide with the 18-inch barrel
the one I have,
holds another
which I
round.
don't have the Ruger made one. Mine's a Remington made, but I haven't had any issues with it.
Yeah.
And I've been carrying that thing around for a long time.
Yeah. I bought this one specifically for the purpose of bear baiting backup gun. In a world where everybody thinks that a 450 Bushmaster is the answer, I refuse to capitulate.
Everybody thinks the 450 Bushmaster is the answer?
No, but I seem to hear it more often than I want to stomach.
I mean, I can understand why it's liked.
Here's a problem that I have
Okay.
with bear baiting and guns. And you will understand what I'm driving at. And I think a lot of our listeners will as well. And this goes for a lot of different things.
See, I thought you were going to say 454 Casull or something like that.
No, but that too.
Or a 500 Smith & Wesson.
Yeah, or 460 Smith.
Or 44 mag.
Exactly. The problem that I have within the bear world is people that have such a staunch opinion about bear guns who have not killed enough bears to back their opinions. And the bears that they have killed, they've killed with other guns that are not even what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And there are even some prominent outdoor industry people that propagate these ideas of, for a proper bear gun,
the bigger the bullet, the harder it kills.
Yeah, you need a 375 or at minimum a 338 for grizzly bears.
Stopping power.
Yeah. Now, a 4570, I think gets way too much credit for being a powerhouse and a thumper of a cartridge. It's not. It's a big bullet. It's heavy. And to be honest with you, now these are extreme penetrators.
What grain are they?
These are relatively light. I think these are like 350s. The box is right there. Maybe 325s. But these are not even what I put in the tube this year.
Okay.
I have them here, but I put 405 grain Remington Corlocks.
Okay, that's right.
Here.
That's right.
Because they expand fast. And what I'm looking for is speed and shock and awe factor. I'm not looking for a one shot, blow all the way through them and leave a 2-inch exit hole and, break every bone in his body type of a gun. I don't mistake this gun for a double rifle. Does that make sense?
I think I see where you're coming from.
Way too many people think the 4570 is way more than it actually is.
But it is kind of the
really,
double
really
rifle
slow.
of interior Alaska.
the
What
way
the
that it
double
has a
rifle
cult
is-
following, yes.
What the double rifle is to Africa,
Yeah.
the 4570 is to Alaska.
Yeah. It's really slow, especially with a 16-inch barrel. It's really, really
Yeah.
slow.
What are those going, like 18?
Oh, I don't remember. Yeah, probably something around there. Yeah, maybe even 17. I don't know.
As light as they are, I'd be surprised.
It's not that fast.
And because those are copper, right?
Yeah, these are
Models.
solid copper. These
Yeah.
are non-expanding,
Yeah.
supposedly non-deforming, but it's not as much, and I hate to use the term, but it's not as powerful as, let's just say, a 375 H&H is, or a Ruger or anything else. It's not as powerful even as a 300 Win Mag. I mean, if you are going to determine a cartridge's power by the kinetic foot-pounds of energy that it produces, then a 300 Win Mag is more powerful than a 4570. But I promise you, the majority of people think that a 4570 has quote-unquote more stopping power than a 300 Win Mag does, and specifically for bear talk. And that's not the reason why I have this gun. The reason why I bought this gun is it's fast to operate. It's a lever action.
And it's short.
It's short. It's a 16-inch barrel. I'm 6'2". I can stand upright, walk into my bear bait, and have the hammer on half cock, which is how I carry a lever gun. And at some point, I'm going to do a safety delete on this gun. But one in the chamber, 5 in the tube, hammer on half cock, and gripping it like that. And I can have this thing pointed at the ground next to my feet, carrying it in one hand, and just walk through the woods. It's short. It's a little carbine length gun. It does recoil relatively stout.
It's not quite carbine length. It's not a SBR. It's close. It's a 16-inch barrel, or 16 and a half.
16 or 16 and a half. Yeah.
I believe a carbine is technically 14 and a half.
Okay.
Just saying that for YouTube, for
Right.
people. Yeah.
Good catch. Great Alaska lawyer. But you get the idea, though. This is a short, maneuverable gun that I can carry in and out of a bear bait. And I haven't even shot a bear with it. And I don't need to shoot a bear with it to know that, well, I like it for this reason. And there are a whole lot of people that carry a 4570 for a bear bait gun. And this particular one, just for the purpose of having a backup gun, because most of the bear baiting that I do is bow hunting, and I don't want to carry a bolt action rifle, which is usually a longer rifle. Now, I've got a couple of guns, a couple of those Ruger guide guns that have 20-inch barrels, that those would work as well. And I have used one of those before as a bear bait gun, as a backup rifle with just iron sights. But it's a bit cumbersome. It's not as fast to load. It's just not quite what I think of as a bear bait ultimate. Just solves all the problems.
So-
it's easy. It's simple.
So why then do you hate on the 450 Bushmaster?
Because the people that tend to promote it.
Okay.
Again,
Not its actual use.
I have seen a few people that have shot bears with 450 Bushmaster. I have seen a few of those people. And I don't doubt that it works just fine. But just like there are certain crowds within the automotive community where you can kind of tell the owner by their car, I kind of feel the same way about the gun world. You're picking up what I'm putting down.
I suppose.
There just tends to be this group of people that loves to promote the 450 Bushmaster as a better
So
answer.
I
for
honestly
the
haven't
4570.
seen a lot about the 450 Bushmaster in popular use.
Not as much, but it was at one point.
Okay. So to me, I think of the 450 Bushmaster as if I wanted, and maybe not that one particularly, but something like that, or a 400 Legend, or anything of that, those straight wall or close to straight wall AR cartridges. Yeah. If I wanted to build an AR for bear defense, that's probably what I would build.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. I'm not going to disagree with you about it, but
that's where
it just seems like the culture
you've
around it is
okay.
just, I just don't like it.
Okay. Well, see, what you should really
just
carry.
not a fan.
What you should really carry is an 8.6 Blackout with a 1-in-3 twist.
Why? So I can pay $4,000 for the rifle. No thanks.
No, because that twist is what does the killing.
Is it? Is that what kills animals now? We can go down this road. You can't get it out with a straight face, can you?
Well, according to...
Well, we'll just beep that name out because there's no constructive purpose to dropping anybody's names anywhere.
I mean, he doesn't have a problem with
No, I just don't want to get into that. I just don't think it's worth it to get into that.
Okay.
I don't doubt that there are other answers, but to me, I'm not an AR guy.
Yeah.
We
I'm
established
joking
this,
about the twist.
Yeah.
I don't think it has anything to do with the killing
No.
factor. Some people do.
But again, you promote a product like that,
Yeah.
and then less educated people make assumptions that say, well, this must be why, and it's not.
Ballistics gel makes a lot of stuff look really good when ballistics gel is the most inaccurate representation of what a hunting cartridge is going to do.
Absolutely. And that's something that, over time, I think the more you hunt, the more you shoot stuff, that being the key part of it, the more animals you actually
put on the ground.
Yeah, the more animals you actually kill and the more variety of projectiles that you actually use, the more personal experience you have to compare different results to. And shooting one animal with one kind of bullet is not a data set, if we can just call it that.
Right.
That doesn't really tell you anything. It gives you a representation of it, but you need to do it at least a half a dozen times before you can actually say, look, this does this every time. This is exactly what it's supposed to do. And that, to me, is more important than someone saying, well, and let's just circle back around to the AR conversation with the Bushmaster. I just like to pick on the Bushmaster conversation.
Okay.
Because, again, it just seems like for a while there was a large number of people online that were promoting the idea that 450 Bushmaster was a better bear bait gun for anybody to just pick up and use than a 4570.
Okay.
Once we get off the air here, I will tell you one of the people that was particularly responsible for spreading such lies. But to that point, though, I'm not an AR guy.
So is this why you push?
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
This is going to make a lot more sense. I'm not really an AR guy.
Yeah, right.
We established this in a very recent episode.
We did. Yep.
I don't really know that much about ARs.
I am just getting into the AR world.
Right.
I'm not an expert in any of it by any means.
For me, this is the most complicated rifle that I own.
I guess that's probably true.
There's no question in my mind. I could pick any one of my other rifles out right now and disassemble the bolt and get down to the firing pin and clean it to the extent that I think it needs to be cleaned fully. This, I would have to go watch a YouTube video and figure out which screws and
it's
springs.
Been a while since I broke down
and
my
a little spring
4570.
detent that sits
Not that
there
hard,
on the side.
but
No, it doesn't look that hard.
Takes a second.
But it's a lot more involved. There's a lot more moving parts to it.
Yeah.
But it's still more simple than an AR in my mind, just from my personal experience. And I would rather have...
I'm curious now.
I would rather have one shot with a gun that I'm familiar with, that's light, that doesn't have a lot that can technically go wrong with it once it's loaded, and that I know I have a relatively high chance of being able to reload quickly and shoot another round off if I need to.
So you know what we got to do with that? Simply because you have a threaded barrel and I don't.
Put a suppressor on it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But I got to load up a super heavy subsonic for it to shoot through that suppressor since there's no action noise. That might be stupid
I'm sure it'd be
quiet.
pretty quiet.
Might be stupid quiet.
Yeah, I'm sure it would be. But this one I really like. I carried it all spring in and out of the bear bait. It's super handy. It sits up in the tree stand quite nicely. It doesn't take up a lot of room. And it is a large enough, heavy enough bullet. Momentum is on the side of this cartridge. That's what it has going for it. You're starting off with almost a half-inch round hole that you're punching in a bear. That's somewhat advantageous. Okay. Once you get that bullet to expand a little bit, especially like a soft bullet, I'm not looking for ultra speed. Even though I'm sure that shooting one of these through the lungs of a bear would kill it just fine.
Yeah.
an expanding bullet is going to do that much better. And bears are not hard to get good penetration into, not at all. A big soft bullet is just fine for bears, in my opinion, especially for interior bears for this application. So that's why I went with this gun.
Okay.
It just has the factory peep sights on it. I do think that I might swap out this Skinner rear sight for a 6-inch pick rail. And
I think you should do that thing I sent you.
put a little red dot and then swap out the buttstock and the forend for,
I think that company makes
the-
a 4-end kit with a rail that goes all the way back.
for the handguard. Yeah.
Yeah. Go full on. So you're so that's
Tactical-
interesting.
Tactical lever gun.
That's interesting though.
It
The
doesn't-
fact that you don't
It
want
doesn't
an
change
AR.
the function of the gun, though.
No, it doesn't. But you're willing to take the wood off. Is it just because you're tired of being called a FUD?
I don't care what I'm called. I've been called a lot worse than a FUD. No, and honestly, I probably won't do that
I mean, it
Kit
does.
right
It
now.
increases the functionality of the rifle.
Yeah, you could snap a flashlight on there.
You can put more on it if you bipod, whatever you want to mount on it. Obviously, some of the butt
Sure.
stocks have two. There's two I'm looking at. One was the one from that company I sent you, but Magpul makes one. The top of the stock unfolds and there's ammo storage inside the stock.
Right.
I really like that idea.
Right. That's the thing about this rifle, though. For me, it's a one-trick pony. I bought this gun specifically for bear bait use. This is a backup gun in 90% of its life.
Would you ever hunt with it just to shoot something with
Oh,
it?
absolutely.
You should. You gotta
Absolutely.
kill something with that
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, but I do think that I would want to at least put some kind of a red dot up
Maybe
here.
just like an SRO.
I think I'd rather something enclosed, honestly, like the big.
Or go with like an ACOG.
That's kind of big, huh?
It's just 4X.
Yeah, I don't know. Just something that's a little bit smaller than this front post. The sights are great on this. I prefer peep sights over traditional iron sights. That's just me. I think I am a better shooter with peeps.
Peeps are more consistently accurate, I
Yeah.
would say. Yeah. They take less time to get
Yeah.
to be used to and to maintain.
Yeah. But at some point, if I do decide to actually do a little bit more hunting with this, then I would probably want to switch out for some kind of a red dot. Maybe like a little fixed 2.5 power scope on there or something like that. Something simple. I
Flip up magnifier.
I don't pretend that this rifle is anything that it's not. And that's the whole point of I didn't buy this thinking that now I have a bigger gun than
this
my
is-
45s or than my 375s.
So if we're talking about cartridges, velocity kills. But in the absence of velocity, mass and met plat or mass and diameter. Mass
Displacement.
plus.
Yeah.
So it's like the reason, if you're hunting with a subsonic, well then you want the heaviest possible bullet,
Yeah.
right? Because you're limited to your speed.
Right.
There is no velocity.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
And so that's where something like this
me,
comes
it's
in.
about
That's
just
why you're
the-
not carrying. Let me think. It's why you're not carrying a 30-30, because a 30-30 is not a fast bullet. Now, sure, it's a little bit faster,
yeah.
but it's small and it's stopping power, right? In
Yeah.
the absence of velocity, you're taking the mass and diameter. You're
Right.
combining those two
Right.
things, which creates the bigger the hole it's it's creating, the more displacement is happening, and it is stopping power, right? It makes that bear.
Yes.
Not always,
Yes.
not in every situation,
Yeah.
but when we're bear baiting, for the most part, we're not dealing with even 8-foot bears,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We're not dealing with 8-10-foot bears. We're dealing with smaller bears that this will put them on their butt
Yeah.
a lot faster
Right.
than a 30-30 would.
Well, yeah. I see where you're going with it, but people are going to make the same argument going the other way, that if you have even a smaller cartridge with higher velocity and a fragmenting type bullet,
Right.
that it will also have the same effect.
Well,
which
yes, correct.
I will not argue with that, but they have velocity on their side.
Exactly. But you're also most of your velocity specific cartridges with velocity, you've got a much bigger slower gun that you're using slower.
Yeah.
Right? Now, you wouldn't take a 5.56 necessarily, but it's much, much faster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're 30,000 feet per second.
Yep.
But you're like what, 50 grain bullet, 60,
Yeah. And this is not to say that that I wouldn't bear bait without some kind of a stopping power backup rifle.
Correct. But if you're going to
Even
carry
if
something for that, then why not?
Even if all I owned was a bow and a 9mm pistol, I'd still go bear baiting.
I've carried a 9mm pistol and a bow.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's better than throwing rocks. And most of the time, as we have seen with a lot of encounters people have, if you put a round on a bear in a charging situation, most of the time, that's enough. You put rounds on target, and that's enough. This just happens to be a solution that, in an ideal world, is going to be one shot, and it's just going to turn it. This gun, I don't have this gun as a charging bear, one shot, drops on its face, and that's over. It could happen, but that also could happen with a 10mm, which I also carry into a bear bait. This is more of just, and I have shot this one-handed. I practice shooting this one-handed. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't shoot this when I was...
Can't say I've shot mine one-handed.
Yeah, so when I'm coming into the bait that I shot that grizzly bear off of this spring, it's super tight, and as you pop through the trees right there into the little bait site area, it is 11 yards from the stand to the bait pile.
Yeah.
And it's a little elongated opening in the brush. And there's trees on one end and brush on the other. Not a whole lot of trees around there. And the bait is off to the right. So as I'm coming into the bait, usually I've got a bucket of something in one hand and my rifle in my right. And so I'll have my thumb on the hammer, which this also, I guess, for people that may or may not want to know, it does have the little hammer extension off to the side, which I think is just a bit nicer. So I've got my thumb on the hammer and my finger ready to slap the trigger. And I'll walk in like that. And I've got a pack frame on with a big pack belt there.
Oh, so you're sticking against the belt.
Yeah, so it's resting up against the belt. And so if I did have to shoot, if there is a bear, like we've had happen there multiple times now over the last several years, if there is a bear asleep on the bait pile and it decides to run towards you, which we had happen this year, it ran past and blew right in front of us, 2 yards in front of us.
Right.
I could pull the hammer back and let one rip from my belt line. Now, I'm not going to put it between its eyes unless I get lucky. Yeah. But, probably the blast, even if I miss the stupid thing, it's probably going to turn it away.
That big bore
pretty loud.
And that straight wall is some serious blast.
It is concussionary by nature.
I'm well aware. I shot one out of a tree stand in the middle of a bunch of trees without any ear pro.
It is loud.
Years ago, and that was it rocked my world. It was boom and like, whoa.
Yeah.
Bear died.
Yeah.
Just fine. But I guess comparing it to a smaller rifle, right, like a 30-30 or even a 5.56. You brought up the 300 Win Mag, which I think is a better comparison. The reason you're not carrying a 300 Win Mag is because
longer barrel.
Yeah, and it's not readily available in a lever gun.
Yeah, well,
with a 16-inch barrel.
Exactly.
This is a $1,000 rifle essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right.
That's about.
If you want a 300 Win Mag that looks like this, you're gonna pay a lot of money for that. You're gonna pay a lot of money for that because it's going to be custom.
Does Browning make their lever gun in 300 Win Mag? I think they do.
Do they?
Yes, they do. Because
really?
Friend of ours, an old friend of ours, shot a bear with one. Yes, I forgot about that. It was the gray stock stainless one.
Okay.
Weren't you there with us, or was that just him and I that day?
No.
That was when I was a teenager, man.
Okay, the BLR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I forgot that they did make that one. But
that's crazy.
But even still, I think that one did have a 24-inch barrel. It wasn't a short-barreled gun.
Well, yeah. I mean, because why would you have a 300 Win Mag if it's not a longer barrel?
Right. At that point, it's a 30-06.
Right. The point of the 4570 is that it's a short barrel, really.
Yeah.
I mean, that's its ability. It's a lever action cartridge.
Right.
It's not a crazy kicking cartridge.
No.
I mean, it has a significant thump, especially if you're shooting. I mean, you've shot some big
If you're shooting
heavy
430s
430s or
plus
or
P
bigger
type stuff,
Yeah,
it
which is still to
Yeah.
me. If I'm going to carry my 4570, I'm carrying at least 430s in that thing. I say that.
yeah.
I had 276 grainers loaded in the last time I took it out.
Yeah.
That I loaded myself. But if I'm going to carry,
I compare shooting a hot 4570 to like a 3.5 inch Magnum 12 gauge. That's about what it feels like.
I feel like it's more of a. Well, there's more up. There's a lot more barrel rise on a 4570.
You think?
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've shot.
I mean, you got to think of a shotgun being usually a 28-inch barrel or something. On if you shoot a
Well,
3.5-inch Magnum,
the
they're
last
usually a long.
3.5 inch Magnum I shot, man. Yeah, I guess it would have been out of that 20 inch or 28 inch barrel.
Yeah, usually
that
a much
bird gun.
longer, heavy, not necessarily heavier, but overall like
Yeah.
balanced for what
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's just kind of how
Yeah.
it feels to me
Yeah.
anyway, and that's kind of how I equate it. But yeah, it's not really any worse than anything else.
Yeah.
But this was just something that I liked this for its
Mhm.
application for a bear bait backup gun. It works, it does its job, but it is a one trick pony.
Yeah.
I don't pretend that it's something it's not.
I'm curious. I've got to do a count, figure out how many moving parts are in that versus an AR-15. Now, an AR-15 has a gas system that does not have.
Right.
Right.
This
Gas
is-
and buffer.
This is
But-
manual operated.
right. But because there's a lot of you're right. There is a lot of moving parts in that.
And I guess I should backtrack and just say I don't mean that nobody should carry an AR into a bear bait.
No, I'm
I
planning.
think
on doing
it's
it this spring.
great,
Yeah.
but you should know how to field repair it if it stops functioning.
Yeah. Well, I'm building this one from scratch, so
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'll know how to put it
But
together.
for people that say you're better off to go to the store and buy 450 Bushmaster over the counter,
Right.
and basically know jack squat about
Go
it.
buy a Bear Creek Arsenal 450 Bushmaster, slap her on an Anderson lower, and you're good to go, right?
I have no idea, Mariah. It's not my thing.
Okay. Well,
I have no idea.
I don't know if you can even buy an Anderson pre-built lower. Apparently, you can still buy an Anderson packaged lower. They're still getting them over at Sportsman's there. I was corrected by the manager last time I was there after our last podcast where I said you couldn't get them anymore.
Nice.
They're about $60 now, though. It used to be $50. What's this world coming to?
This is made by Diamond D Leather. A little cartridge holder
So
here.
you couldn't put that on your.
A buddy of mine bought this for
if
me.
you went with the plastic.
Has my initials on there.
Yeah,
He bought that for me for a birthday present last
that's
year.
nice. Yeah.
Very nice of him. So,
That's your favorite. Is that your most favorite item?
no, the pants waders are.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Because I'm going to probably use the pants waders more days than I will at 4570. By the time spring bear guiding is
Yeah.
done with,
And by the end of this next year, or this year, I probably still won't own a pair of pants waders. I might. We'll see.
Yeah.
But
they are
I'm
kind
not
of
a
nice.
spring bear guide.
I'm going to use mine for deer hunting, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, if you've got those, then why do I need waders? That's what I keep coming back to. Like,
Yeah, because I'm driving the boat. That's why I don't need a bow guy. Go ahead and jump out.
I mean, you can do most with
Get a little
knee-
closer.
You can do almost everything you need to with the knee boots.
I know.
And
Oh, well.
I brought the chest waders one time.
You did, and you were warm.
Yeah, and it was a cold year, so I'm glad I did.
Mm-hmm.
But unless we're going in that time of year again, I don't think I'll bring them again.
Yeah. We should have been in Juneau about a week and a half ago. Or, no, a few days ago. Earlier this last
Would you say
week.
like 4 feet of snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Boats were sinking in the harbor. Those deer would have been on the beach in droves.
Yep.
Just picking them off.
That much snow in the water could probably just hydroplane a sled. Just aim for the next island.
Make it all the way out to camp from Juneau on a sled.
Oof.
Got to do a refuel on the move.
Just pin the throttle. Strap it with something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's stupid. But
Well, folks, we have what should be an interview coming up in the next episode.
Yeah, we'll see.
I hate making promises, but we've had this one kind of in the works for a little while. So thank you for listening to the Great Alaska Hunting Podcast.
Yeah, let us know what your favorite
Yeah.
gear items of 2025
Yeah.
were.
First episode done for 2026.
Yep.
Thank everybody for listening this last year, our first full year in production.
Cost a lot of money.
Yeah, overhead bills are through the roof, baby. But we do appreciate the followers and the support and all of you that are mostly listening, although we have a handful of you on YouTube, but especially on the audio platforms. Continue, please, to share the podcast with a friend of yours, or give us a 5-star rating or a positive written review on whatever platform you're listening to us on. Spotify has the comments that you can leave. That's like a written review. And Apple Podcast has written reviews that you can leave there as well. If you'd like to get a hold of us, you can find us on our website, greatalaskahuntingcompany.com. There's a contact button there that you can send us an email, or you can find us on Instagram as well. Just search our names, and I'm sure you'll stumble across our meager social media presence. We don't really advertise the podcast on social media.
Not like we should.
Well, to be honest with you, it's growing just fine without it. So,
Well, see,
at some point, maybe we'll.
we should be more like Brownells in the social media space if we want to be successful. I think the bogus meat eater style corporate social media is kind of pointless. Nobody cares.
I don't really keep up with that, so.
Well, all they post
I
is
have no
dumb little
comment.
stuff. They just post dumb little, like, what are you hunting today?
Oh.
Like, nobody cares. Nobody cares. You know, okay, yeah, great. The Instagram side's a little better, right? It's a picture of Steve and Cal hunting, whatever.
I
you
have
know.
no idea.
But when you actually have somebody who's just having fun
Mm-hmm.
and, you know, getting involved in the Nog Wars, like that's a good social. Like, so if we put the effort in, we might have to hire a guy because neither one of us are really that guy.
I just don't have the interest, and you know that this is doing better than I think we expected it would go for
doing
just
fine,
a couple
yeah.
of guys just kind of kicking back and
We're
having
having some
fun,
fun. Yeah.
talking about what we want to talk about, and the people are finding us. So continue
And
to
we're
find
rambling
us.
on and they keep listening.
Exactly.
So
So, yeah, Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you're making plans or not making plans, because we don't really make plans. We have a couple of plans, but usually it's just, hey, I have a few minutes off here and there, and
well,
so
all of our December plans and November plans didn't happen. So,
exactly. So
or
adapt.
yeah,
The name of the game of hunting is adapt, and if you can't adapt, then well, it just happens.
I guess your name is Maduro.
I like that little sticker there at the end. So, until 2 weeks from now, thanks for listening. Tread lightly, but don't tread well. We'll see you next time.